Hello, amazing viewers. Today I'm going to do another interview. This time I'm actually interviewing my class teacher, Miss Barkell. Hello, Miss Barkell. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to become a teacher at our school?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miss Barkell. I teach at North Harrisdale Primary School. I'm a primary school teacher. I came to North Harrisdale from university. So I started here 2 years ago, and I worked at another school previously just doing relief work. I came here and got permanency at this school, which is a lovely school.
What led you to become a teacher?
I had to think long and hard about the career that I wanted to do, and I decided that I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. So I thought, who has made a difference on my life that I can think of? And when I was thinking back on that, I thought to my primary school teachers, in particular one teacher called Mrs. Jekyls. She was my year 6 teacher, and I just loved her classes. She was so kind and welcoming, and would always try to create confidence in us and allow us to achieve our goals. So that's why I wanted to become a teacher.
That's a very good inspiration. Could you walk us through your journey and what inspired you to teach and stuff? And is there any notable experience that shaped your career and how you ended up to be in your current role?
When I left, similar to how I answered in the last one, but when I left high school, I had no idea what I wanted to be. And I just went into office jobs, so sales administration in a recruitment agency. And I wasn't really enjoying it, didn't feel like I was having much of a purpose. So that's when I had that thought about what do I want to do when I'm older? And then, not when I'm older, now, what do I want to do with my life? I want to make a difference. So I thought back to my teachers. And then after I made that decision, I went into university and studied there for 4 years. During that time, I was also working in a bar at hospitality, so I could make some money while I was working. And then I got into teaching. I got a job straight away. And yeah, my teachers in primary school, actually, most specifically in primary school, were the reason for me becoming a primary school teacher, because I just loved the way they made me feel, and they made me feel so confident and valued. And not that my high school teachers didn't do that, but I just felt it much more in primary school.
Now that you've introduced yourself and how you became a teacher, let's go into a little bit fun questions. So
Okay.
The first question is, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, superpower. I think my superpower would be to fly. I think that it was a very sustainable way of getting from A to B. And I also love adventure sports. As you know, I did skydiving. When we did our skydiving unit, I talked to you all about that. And I love adventure sports. So when I was flying out of the airplane, falling down, I just loved that feeling, the adrenaline rush it gave me. So I think that I would have to choose flying as my superpower. So Divisa, what would your superpower be?
I'd like to go invisible, because if you go invisible, then you can, first of all, you can play pranks, and it's just gonna be a little fun, cause it's also be good when you're just feeling down and your parents are trying to find you, but you don't want to be with them. If you go invisible, they're not gonna find you until you turn back.
Yeah, okay. That could be very scary for them, but I suppose they would know that you were going invisible. Maybe you could write on the whiteboard, "I'm coming back when I feel better." Maybe.
Yeah. If you could make a new school subject, what would you make?
Oh, that's a good question. There are so many out there that are already very good, but I think one that would be beneficial would be life skills. So things like how to make a budget, how to pay electricity bills, how to go to the grocery store and buy healthy meals. We do teach some of those aspects, but I think maybe in high school it might be a really good idea to have a life skills unit where people can learn how to do the things that you do in daily life that you kind of just get pushed into as an adult.
Well, that's a very cool idea. I never even thought of that because sometimes I was thinking of some answers that you could have gave.
Yeah, and what were they?
They were like, so maybe like philosophy isn't really in most primary schools, so maybe philosophy could be added to primary schools.
Oh, that would be a good one. Yeah, something that we already have at our school. I think philosophy is a great learning, a great class for children to be learning. And yeah, that's a good one.
Can you recall a day at our school that stands out as a particularly exciting or memorable day? What happened and why was it so special?
Okay, so I think that my favourite day at the school was when I had my first classroom in Durin 1. And I walked in thinking I was going to be teaching only half of the time and sharing with Mrs. Lloyd, but then walked in and had the whole classroom to myself. I was the only teacher teaching in that classroom, and I just felt that I had a lot of fun on that day. I was able to do all of the activities that we had planned, and the kids really enjoyed the day. I really enjoyed the day, so that was a really memorable time for me. Walking into my first classroom at this school and having just an excellent day.
If you had a chance to live as anyone else for a day, who would you choose and what would you hope to learn from that experiment?
Okay, what would I hope to learn? So I love this question. I would choose to be Beyonce, because I have always wanted to sing, and I always do sing, but I just don't sing very well in my eyes. But I would love to be Beyonce for a day because I would love to have the passion that she has when she sings and to be able to share that with other people. I suppose also the fact that she can travel wherever she likes and do her job wherever she likes, and sing and make people happy. So I'd love to be Beyonce for a day.
That's cool. So now from anyone in the world, if you could swap places with any student for a day, what would you do and which student would you go with?
Oh, which student would I choose? I would probably choose primary school students, probably in our classroom kind of age range, maybe year 3 and year 4. And I would choose that year group because I think it's just so much fun being in your ages, and I would go and hang out with my friends after school and not have to think about all of the adult stuff that I have to think about when I get home, like making dinner or doing the washing. And I would just have fun and try to enjoy my time with my friends.
Well, that's a very cool answer. If your life had a soundtrack, which song would definitely be on it and why does it kind of match to you?
This one was a quite tricky question actually, because I don't think I have just one song that is the soundtrack to my life, but I suppose one that kind of stands out whenever I think about it could be the song. I'm not sure what it's called actually, but I can have a go at singing it. You might know it. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Do you know that song?
I've not heard it before. I've heard it before by my friends. He sang it once, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, actually, I should have probably Googled that. But the song is about never giving up, even when you get knocked down. So when you're having a bad day or having a bad even week or month, or something doesn't go right in your life, maybe you've had an accident on the way to school or on the way home, and these negative things happen to you, but you can flip them into a positive and be thankful for the reasons that you are safe and you are happy. And you just continue to keep going. So I think that one, every time I feel like I have a negative moment, I get back up, pick myself off, dust off my shoulders, and then move on with life and be happy. So that one, not a fun one, like walking on sunshine. I thought of that one as well, because when I'm in a happy mood, I think walking on sunshine is as a song that is also a part of my life. So that one was a tricky one.
Now it's time to get even more creative. If you had the chance to redesign the school uniform, what style, colors, and items would you choose?
Oh, okay. Well, I quite like our school uniform. It's very smart. But I do think it could maybe use a pop of colour, maybe more than just the blue and the yellow that we have. So I thought maybe on the cuffs or around the sleeves, we could have rainbows. And I think that would make it just really bright and colourful, but still keeping true to our school colours. That's really all I could think of changing. I couldn't really think of anything else fun. I mean, I could get more creative and say in the winter we could have a button, and then we could press the button and then an umbrella pops out, and then you could walk with just the umbrella hanging off of you. Depending on how creative we wanted to go, we could make it really fun.
Well, that's a very cool idea. Now that you're like a bit older than your younger self, what's one piece of advice that you'd give to your younger self?
I would say enjoy being a kid, enjoy your time because it goes very fast. Enjoy hanging out with your family and your siblings because you don't see them as much as you'd like to when you're older. And just to keep having fun, learn lots, get out and exercise, and do what you love to do.
Well, that's actually very cool. My dad does say that sometimes, but I don't know if it's true because I'm still a kid.
What's that one? You should have more fun, or what does your dad say?
He's just like, when I feel down or when I get angry, then he's just like, enjoy life when you're a child, because when you grow up, it's not going to be as fun. You're not going to be as free as you are now.
Yeah, he's right.
Is there anything that like you have like a special trick that you'd like to share?
Maybe a special fact is that I went to ice skating in a national level. So we went, my ice skating team and I went to Melbourne, and we performed our routines, and we came third place out of all of the states and territories in Australia. So that was very exciting. I really do enjoy ice skating. I feel like I glide along the ice, and that's kind of similar to my superpower, which is flying, except you're gliding. So it feels like I'm moving faster than I should be. So fun fact is that I went to nationals for ice skating.
That was a very fun interview. I really loved it. Would you like to share if you loved it too?
I really enjoyed our interview. You're engaging.
So I guess that's the end of the interview.
I really enjoyed it.
So yes, I really hope you enjoyed that interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe.